Four of Wands reversed. The reversed Four of Wands, perhaps more than any other card, retains more of its upright meaning. This is a very positive card to see in a reading in any context. There may be an upcoming celebration. In any event, joy is likely to be in the air. General, unexpected good fortune could be headed your way when this card appears. Still, that doesn't mean to throw away all your hard work and simply sit back. All good things are added to when we make efforts and when we make a point to share and give to others, in whatever way we can. Just do your best. Work. When you see the reversed Four of Wands, things are likely to already be going very well for you in the workplace. Don't forget that your continued effort will be needed. There is no such thing as a completed life's work if one is still alive. Accept the compliments headed your way with good grace and be sure to share credit when it is appropriate. There is no such thing as a completely self-made man or woman. Love. The reversed Four of Wands can indicate that a relationship is likely to become much more committed in the near future, up to and including marriage. You may have a marriage or special event to attend even if you are single and uncommitted. Make a point to go if you are invited to such an event, and don't use it as an excuse to feel sorry for yourself. You could meet the love of your life at someone else's wedding. Think positively. Finances. You have, without doubt, been working hard to build up a financial safety net when this card appears in the context of a financial question. Know that what you have achieved is good and that your investments are as secure as it's possible for them to be right now. Give yourself a break before resuming these efforts. No amount of money buys complete security in this ever-changing universe. Health. When the Four of Wands reversed appears in regard to a health question, the news looks very encouraging. You have a lot to be happy about and thankful for regardless of your health status. Focus on that, and think positively. There is a demonstrated link to positive attitudes and good health outcomes. Spirituality. You have the right to attend to your own spirit in your own way regardless of what others think about it. You are likely to discover new things about yourself and your spirituality in the future when the Four of Wands appears reversed, and these are likely to be positive, uplifting discoveries. You may want to try a new spiritual discipline, such as yoga or Tai Chi. Sometimes such things can lead to overwhelmingly positive new growth. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and 2 male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Mellet in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, Pentacles and Wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909. Not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.